Ah yes, refreshing, industrial, and waterproof. Get yours today at the link below and use the code WOODNESS for 15% off. Yole-hee-hoo! What's up everybody, welcome to Woodness Goodness. I am Graham and we are building ourselves a cabin. If you're new here, please like the video and subscribe if you want to hang out with me on a weekly basis. You know, during these crazy times, all we have is digital friends, so why not make some more? Below me here, this is exciting stuff. This fan or this company, New Air, is sponsoring this video. Our first order of business in testing this fan is we're just gonna leave it right here at the doorway, and as I clean and dust out and just get all the crap out of the cabin to get ready for all the inside stuff, we're gonna have this bad boy turned on and blowing out all the dust that I create inside. So let's get ready to do some inside stuff and get after it. Get my dust collection system going. Well, that worked. Not only is it a pretty freaking powerful fan, but helps keep that dusty air out of the cabin. Okay, we are pretty much cleaned up in here, cleaned up enough to start doing electric. But before we do electric, let's quickly talk about this video's sponsor, New Air. They make a bunch of cool gadgets, beer coolers, wine fridges, fans, air conditioning units. They do a lot of cool stuff. And from what I've seen on this fan, it's pretty good quality. I've actually had it running all day. Couple nice things that I really like about it is it's got 3 speeds. But you know most fans, how when the first speed is like the biggest, the most speed? So if you're just trying to work your way up, it's too late because you're already getting blown over. Well, this one starts on the lowest setting. Genius. That's setting number 1. It's nice, it's subtle, almost romantic. Oh, it's a nice breeze. It's a really nice breeze. Ooh, a little spicier. Setting number 2. And this is the 3rd setting. Whoa! Hello! Head to the link in the description below and use the code WOODNESS to get 15% off. And yeah, hook yourself up with a nice fan. Oh, I almost forgot. This baby's also waterproof, which is great on these hot days because, well, you can mist yourself after a long day working on the old cabin. Back inside, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing for lighting yet. I'm still trying to figure that part out. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. But because we have these exposed beams and I'm gonna end up painting everything white or whitewashing it so it's nice and bright in here.
I want to find lighting that kind of, you know, emphasizes the nice tall ceiling, the rafters,
without being distracting.
But, I mean, maybe I can get a light that is kind of cool looking or something that hangs down. But I do know that I'm gonna need plugs. And I want a decent amount of plugs, so I'm gonna run plugs on this wall every 6 feet, and then I will run a plug or 2 over there, and a little bit higher on the wall in case I do have a TV there or want to have something else that runs off a plug, it's a nice, clean, easy spot to put it, because I'm gonna put some shelves up there. And then I'll probably run one or two or a few under the windows here. So let's drill and put in some boxes. I've done electric work on my own house, but nothing like too crazy, like creating another line for a little home theater I built, or adding a switch or what have you. It's all been pretty basic stuff. These little things, I think they're just called protection plates, and basically, it's a 16 gauge piece of galvanized steel with these little spikes on them that are bent out of the metal, so it's one piece. And they go on your studs where your wire is. This is not a bad idea just to have a little extra protection, especially when you have your main power coming in through the wall like I do here. Me putting this here, because I put these two lines close together, I'm hitting two birds with one stone. And basically this will protect any nail or screw that'll protect any nail or screw from going through this and hitting my very expensive cable. Cool. Okay, outdoor plug time. So because I'm using cedar shakes or the cedar shingle siding, I want to make sure that I'm not going to come in the middle of a seam or like maybe half over. I want to be right, if I can, right in the middle of a shingle. So I'm not going to use my original box or new work box because it's too hard to mount it, because I'm going to have my cedar here as well as OSB sheathing. Yeah, it's just going to be hard to mount that to the stud with the boxes I have. The godfather of electric himself suggested I could get some flush mount or old work boxes, and these have these little tabs that then suck the box to the OSB from in behind. So that's what I'm gonna use. Look at that. There's all your layers of the cedar siding. 3 layers. A lot of protection there. Whoa, looks pro. Whoa, like a glove.
As you see, I simply stripped the jack at about 6 inches, I then twist my two neutral bare copper wires together using pliers so they're nice and connected, because we're only going to connect one of those copper wires or ground wires to the outlet. I then sent an image to my friend Chris, the godfather of electric, and he mentioned I should probably take a 6-inch piece of common wire and hot wire and pigtail them to the two common wires and the two hot wires coming into the outlet. That way I will only have one common wire and one hot wire that will be in fact wired to the outlet. This way power can go around the outlet in case the outlet does ever fail or a connection point does go bad on it. All my connections to the other outlets will still work, and it will simply just be that one outlet that doesn't work if that happens. He then also mentioned I should use electric tape and go around the entire box, protecting all the shock points so I don't hurt myself. And that's how to properly wire an outlet.
Okay, folks, I turned my breaker off because the one outlet that I've been sending power to, well, that was my first outlet in my line, or my stream of electricity. So I turned off my breaker so I could wire in all the outlets that I wired. So we're gonna turn the breaker on, but first, let's do a double check, make sure everything's good. So I reconnected all my outlets with the little 6-inch pieces of wire and pigtails to keep that current going and not allow for the plug to be that in between. I'm in the middle of something. That way the outlet will not be kind of the middleman for power to go through. Power can still continue on behind it or around it essentially. And if that outlet does in fact go bad because of the connectors, well, the connectors are not what's keeping the power going to all the rest of the outlets. Comprende? I hope so. So, everything looks good. Yeah. Good. Look away and close our eyes. Don't get too excited though, Graham. You haven't even tested it out yet. So I'm gonna take my trusty fan here, beep, boop, bop, and we are gonna test every outlet to make sure I know what I'm doing. Okay, now let's try this one out. That one works. This one in the corner, you can't see me, but I'm here. That one works. Let's try this back wall over here. Guys, that one doesn't work. Oh, frickin' A, what is going on? That one doesn't work. I'm guessing none of these work because I think for the love of Pete's peppers, okay. Because of the wiring I did, where you have those little 6-inch chunks of wire that are pigtailed, that are passed through, I will actually find out if my GFCI is just not working and it's a faulty outlet, because I can plug in to any of my freaking outlets. Ha! This outlet is the one that's directly beside the GFCI one. Yeah, baby! The one up top here. Yeah, baby! Because we're scientists, we have determined that the GFC outlet, for some reason, is just not working. But we will fix that. We'll fix that another day, because we got this place wired for plugs. I really am still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for lighting in here. I want to have some kind of uplighting to light the beams up, and then I want to have some sort of chandelier that's really cool kind of in the middle here. Not like a chandelier, but something kind of gnarly looking. That's what I'm thinking. That could completely change. We have 9 outlets. 8 outlets inside the cabin, 1 GFCI on the outside. I think that's pretty bomb kucha. So basically, we are good to go. All right, everybody. Wouldn't be a Witness Goodness video without a little encouragement for you guys today. In life, especially right now, it's easy to look at the world as a, glass half empty type of mentality instead of glass half full. Now it's up to the person holding that glass, and if they look at it and it's exactly 50% full of liquid, they can say, hey, this glass is half empty or this glass is half full. That is completely up to the person holding that glass. And that is you guys. You are holding the glass of life, and you get to look at it half full, half empty. I mean, take the screwdriver, for instance, which has nothing to do with what I just talked about. But this screwdriver happens to be my favorite screwdriver. Why? This screwdriver does a few things quite well. Right now we have an Allen head in there, Mr. Allen. Now the first time Mr. Allen came into fruition, all he could do was, screw some Allen screws. And one day Mr. Allen came upon a Phillips head screw. And he's like, I'm not a Mr. Phillips, I'm a Mr. Allen, I don't know what to do. Well, in order for Mr. Allen to overcome and become Mr. Phillips, well, he evolved. And now, Mr. Allen can not only do what Mr. Allen did best, but now he's harnessed the ability of Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips, well, he's also not Mr. Allen, and he certainly isn't Mr. Flathead either. So Mr. Phillips realized, well, to make this tool the absolute best it needs to be, we need to evolve. So we can have Mr. Flathead, Mr. Allen, and of course, Mr. Phillips. Now that, my friends, is a pretty important lesson of life. Don't settle for only being able to do one thing. Yeah, it's hard. Evolving's hard. It's hard learning, and it's hard kind of realizing how easy something can be unless you try it out. This GFCI outlet almost led me to drinking, but I powered through. I realize I've been showing you my white leg this entire time. I apologize. So be the screwdriver that can do more than just one thing. Strive to be this screwdriver that can screw any screw. Because I don't know about you, but I'm into that. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to hang out on a weekly basis. And guys, be well, be safe, don't lose your marbles, and we'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Peace. Oh, by the way, I got it going. I couldn't leave the job site without getting it going. I harnessed my inner multi-tool, and I threw away the flathead, and I busted out Mr. Allen. She good, baby. She good.